Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo, guys, welcome back in today. Today we're going to be talking about the Black Seminoles or the Negros Mascogos. The Negros Mascogos or the Black Seminoles are African Americans who escaped southern plantations to live with the Seminole Native Americans. They would eventually settle in the Coahuila state in northern Mexico. Black slaves would flee to Seminole territory in Florida during the mid-1700s. During the time, Spain owned the state of Florida. The Spanish would grant freedom to the black slaves who escaped to the state. During this time, some blacks would mix with Seminoles, while others lived amongst them but married other blacks. The United States would not recognize this agreement with the Spanish. The First Seminole War would take place with General Andrew Jackson taking this order from the president. Jackson would win two major battles and captured some Spanish, British, Seminoles, and black runaway slaves. In 1821, the Spanish ceded the state of Florida to the United States. This would send the Seminoles and black escaped slaves further south. The Angola, a village, would be attacked by Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson would be the first U.S. territorial governor of Florida. This village would be built by the free blacks and black Seminoles near modern-day Tampa Bay. During this attack, many escaped slaves were recaptured and sold and/or returned to their masters. Others would be killed in various ways. Almost 10 years later, Andrew Jackson would become president. He would sign the Indian Removal Act of 1830 into law. This law would make all native tribes in the southeastern part of the United States move to Oklahoma. This was not accepted by the black leaders and Seminoles. This would lead to the Second Seminole War in 1835. Halfway through the war, the Seminoles would call for a truce and agreed to move out of Florida. The one stipulation they had was that their black allies would be able to come with them safely. These negotiations would fall through and the war would resume once more. Even with this happening, almost 800 black Seminoles and 4,000 Seminoles would start the famous move known as the Trail of Tears. Because of this, many black Seminoles would avoid the Negro label, but were still seen as Negroes and treated as such by the public. Even with this move to Oklahoma, or Indian Territory, many black Seminoles were sold into slavery and kidnapped. Due to this constant attack, Seminoles, Kickapoo, and black Seminoles would move to Mexico where they could live free. Black Seminole Chief John Hearst and Seminole Sub-Chief Wildcat would lead a group to northern Mexico. Mexico, by 1829, had outlawed slavery. The Spanish, who came to Mexico from Europe, would start to lose control. During this trip, some were paid to help refugees across the border. Other networks of Mexicans and African Americans, as well as other groups, would help the people as well. The Mexican government would give 70,000 acres of land, money, agricultural tools, and livestock to the Seminoles and black Seminoles. In exchange, they would have to defend the northern border of Mexico from native peoples on both sides. Many black Seminoles would die from smallpox, and some eventually returned back to the United States. Nacimiento de los Negros, or the birth of the blacks, is a village in which black Seminoles stayed in. The black Seminoles also celebrate the African American holiday of Juneteenth. Juneteenth, or Jubilee Day, is a celebration and federal holiday in the United States acknowledging the emancipation of enslaved African Americans. In 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation would declare enslaved people free in the United States. This would not reach the most isolated parts in Texas at that time, though. Slaveholders in the furthest parts of Texas would refuse to comply with the government orders. 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, the last battle of the war would happen. Union troops would fight in Galveston, Texas. After this battle, only then did many blacks know they were free from the slaveholders. 1 year later, Jubilee Day would be established in Texas. Black Seminoles would go on to be enlisted by the U.S. Army as scouts from 1870 to 1914. They would defend against other Native American tribes as the U.S. government expanded into West Texas. Black Seminoles on the Mexican side would start to celebrate Juneteenth to show unity with their brothers on the United States side. Black Seminoles on both sides of Mexico and Texas still, to this day, drive to each other to celebrate the holiday. In Mexico, the Black Seminoles have horseback ride parades, and elders lead singing spirituals like Sweet Chariot or Swing Low. Dancing, live music, games, and traditional Black Seminole and Mexican dishes are consumed at the celebration as well. Such dishes as sweet potato bread, pumpkin empanadas, mortar bread, simmered cooked pork and hot peppers, and corn on the cob are eaten. The traditional dress is a polka dot dress, handkerchief, and apron. This community is still very unknown by most Mexicans and Americans alike. They are even questioned if they are Mexican when in Mexico from time to time. So yo guys, we learned about the Black Seminoles today. So yo guys, please like the video, subscribe, definitely subscribe so you can get more videos, and also turn on the bell notification next to the subscription button so you can get all my videos. Also check out my African inspired diaspora NFT online art collection called Diaspora, and it's down there in the link below. Each one teach one, always love each other, always learn from each other. Until next time guys, keep moving. Adios. Peace. One love.